Hello and welcome to another program of Smoky Mountain. Who are you and what do you do? Today my guest is Miss Barbara Jones. She and I have been friends for years. I think you're one of the first people I met when I moved here to the Smoky Mountains. Your son swam for me way back in the day.
That's right, a long time ago.
That has to be almost 40 years ago, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, I'm 55. No, it's probably 35 years. Anyway, so Barbara is the director of the Southern Hospitality Internship Program. And if you're interested in finding out more about what she does and how people can become involved in the internship program, go to southernhospitalityinternshipprogram.com and you will get some information. Through this program, we will be putting up a QR code on the screen that you can also just take a picture with your phone and it will automatically take you to the website. So without further ado, Miss Barbara, how have you been?
Good.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here today.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to tell people about S.H.I.P.
Very good.
As we call it, the short name, so you don't have to say that long name.
You all missed it on our first take. I looked down and I started reading the URL and I went, and I just stumbled all over it. So S.H.I.P, Southern Hospitality Internship Program, S.H.I.P.
We're sailing right here on dry land.
We are, and we're helping people sail into their future, aren't we?
We are. This is a program that's all about learning and students and real life work experience in Sevier County, Tennessee. We have so much to offer. It just isn't about Southern hospitality or hospitality and tourism. We have hundreds of jobs literally posted on our website. There are opportunities for internships. As
we were talking earlier, I had asked you, because our background, both of us, was tourism. And I said, is this just tourism based? And you said, oh, no. There are positions where we have people in accounting. We have people in forestry, was it?
We have people in wildlife
and
biology. And as you said, accounting. Someone is learning how to make wine. But the world of wine is just not about that particular product that you make, which there are schools that train just that. But you have an opportunity to learn about retail and inventory. And
it's a large business when you get into winemaking.
It is. And when you really step back and look at what Sevier County has to offer, there are just so many incredible opportunities. I had a professor at a university say to me a couple of years ago that we have a wealth of opportunities. And it's a wide range. When we started telling them about all of the career paths that people could go down in finding jobs in Sevier County. And I guess you find a lot of the times that young folks aren't necessarily familiar with what the job might entail. They like the title of what the degree is going to be. But had an intern this morning tell me, she said, I came down there, I interned. She interned in the food and beverage department, and she said, I'm majoring, this is in Pennsylvania, in hospitality and tourism, but I really just want to make sure I was going to like it.
That is a smart move, especially when you look at the education system. You're hearing so many young people today say that they spent all this money on an education, and then when they get out, they're not really excited about where they are. So an internship would be a very smart move early in your planning process, or there are people that you have that are a little more senior that have joined this internship program as well.
True, and you know, I think that so many of the schools now, they do require an internship or X number of hours in real life work experience. So that's a positive for the S.H.I.P program and our businesses that participate in the program. So we can not only offer those to folks that are in college, but we also come in and allow them to take internships a couple of years after they graduate.
So this works well not only for college folks in college, but it also works well for the business owners here in this area. How does somebody become involved with S.H.I.P if they want to get into the internship program? Who's involved? Let's start with that. Who's involved that you know of that's on your list that is a sponsor?
Well, we have 33 businesses right now that are what we call business partners. We launched the program in February of 2020, right before COVID. And
what a time to launch this.
Perfect. It was not part of the plan. But we went ahead and we launched because we were able to work off of a website. And in doing so, then we launched the website. Students could come in and look at the website. You can set it up. It's all inclusive, all the way from registering to interviewing to being hired for a job and then selecting your housing. So all of those steps are inclusive in that website. And we found, early on in 2020, we were going into the program really strong with over 60 interns
Wow.
that were coming in for the summer. And then, of course, COVID came, the shutdown in Sevier County for a few weeks. And as a result, when folks were brought back into the workforce, the employers had to select their folks that were furloughed and then laid off. And by then, the interns couldn't work in that time frame. So we then moved into doing a pilot program in the summer with Oak 10 Hotel Group. And it turned out to be phenomenal. And we softly launched a program in the fall of 2020. Was interesting that we had a graduate from New Jersey in psychology who came in and took a biology internship at Ripley's, so another one of our companies, and had her eyes opened into a totally different world. So, we have businesses in Sevierville, in Pigeon Forge, and also in Gatlinburg. So Anarchista, Ripley's, Margaritaville Resort, Dollywood, and the WCI, which has all of the theaters in Pigeon Forge, the Wilderness Resort. We've got NASCAR Speed Park. So, the list just goes on, and they're all on our website.
NASCAR is one of our clients, and we just finished a website rebuild for them. And we were talking to them about the internship program the other day, and they are absolutely ecstatic with the interns. They're moving them some into marketing, some into different aspects of the business, and they are thrilled with the excitement and the creativity that these young people have brought.
Really fresh, and they come prepared to work. There's a reason to be there. They bring some of their cultures from them, from their areas. For example, this summer, we have 38 interns out within our region in Sevier County coming to us from about 30 different colleges and universities and about 20 different states.
That's pretty wide.
It's really exciting.
That's almost half of the United States is covered right here in the Smoky Mountains represented.
And to have a chance, to experience and hear firsthand from them what it's like to experience our culture and then to bring a little bit of theirs with them. The beauty of the Smoky Mountains impresses everyone. And, we find they want to know more, as do their parents. Surprise, surprise, the parents set up their own Facebook group. So they have a way of talking about their interns, and they've allowed me to be a part of that Facebook group. So
that's fantastic. Not only do you have culture, now you have a community.
It was, and we find about half of our interns have not visited Sevier County before. So that was a good light bulb for us.
Now, I understand how web works, but that's quite a reach for half your internship to find this. Are the universities and colleges assisting you in kind of spreading the information, or are they just finding you straight off the web?
The search, I think, with the name internship.
Wow.
And they find us, and I think our website is beautifully done. It's very interactive.
Yes, it is. It's very nice.
It's very detailed. Gives you a great opportunity to actually see jobs that are posted and by respective semesters. So at one time we will accept applicants for 3 semesters at one time. So example, right now we're promoting for fall of 2020, 2021, and spring of 2022, and then summer of 2022.
You said that the fall is getting pretty full, but you have a few spots open, and the deadline for applying.
It's coming to a close. August 2nd is the deadline for fall. And as soon as that window closes, then we will have the fall of 2022 open. So by promoting 3 semesters at one time, it gives the students an opportunity to align it with their class schedules. And then it works for our businesses to be able to plan ahead. And we are finding that it's new to everyone. It is a different paradigm shift, so to speak, on employment, because we might be used to hiring close in. But if you start to think about it, you're going to need those same positions each one of our seasons.
It makes sense. With COVID, we found that we were vastly understaffed in the community because we depended on the J1 students.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were lining these interns up out in advance,
Mm-hmm.
that you have a guaranteed person coming in that door that's going to work a position that you can plan on. That is fantastic. What else was I thinking? This is very much like tourism itself, and the fact that it's always better to get that sale in advance rather than intercept and hope they're coming to your door at the last minute. You can prepare so much more. And these students, it probably helps them prepare their future knowing where they're going and what they're doing.
It does. Now, one of the things that we do that's a little different with our internship program is that when you go out to the website and you see all of those jobs listed, you don't know who that employer might be. But once you apply for a position, you can apply for up to 3 within a given semester, then you get a congratulations letter and it's revealed who that employer is. So now when they contact you for an interview, then you know. So at the very beginning, what we're trying to do is to allow the students to match their education with the actual position, which we think will hopefully get them further down the road in learning more about that job. Now, hospitality and tourism is a huge area. So, you might venture off into hotel management. You might do theme park management, attractions. You might look at food and beverage. So there's a lot of specialties which are umbrella under hospitality and tourism as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the times you need those different disciplines and they help you, kind of working in that world. I was with Dollywood for 30 years and we had all these departments, and you build your career off of the real life work experience of everything that's involved in a theme park. So you can, over time, become an expert in a lot of different fields. And I think it's not only healthy for the students to do, but it's very beneficial for their careers. And hey, bottom line, Sevier County is a fun and exciting place to work.
It very much is. When I first moved here, as we know, I started out as a swim coach, and I got picked up as one of the salespeople at Dixie Stampede. We were sister companies, and that's how we met.
We were competitors at that time.
Yes, we were competitors. And I have to throw this out here. I interviewed with Barbara once, and I've told her many times, I said, and I loved everything that I learned at Dixie Stampede, but we have grown together over the years, and we've worked on several projects. And I said, gosh, I wish I spent more time working with you. And not to brag too much, but you're working on your 4th retirement. You just can't quit, or people won't let you.
I had this young lady do a short little bio for me, and actually her mom is at NASCAR Speed Park, and she's a new graduate and learning to write. And I said, why don't you write a little brief bio, for me? And she said, I think one of the things you've probably failed at is retirement. So that's how she categorized.
That is beautiful. The thing that you failed at is, well, there are worse things you can fail at, I suppose. But we have worked together on many projects. I am thrilled to see this internship program. We're recruiting blood from outside of the community, which will only make this community stronger. Mm-hmm. And
well, when you asked about how we got into this broad scope of schools and universities across the U.S., because we've literally had them from New York and New Jersey all the way over to California,
mm-hmm.
and then down south and up north. So we've hit some large schools, and through internships as a search, but on the internet. But then we started out developing great relationships within a 200-mile region of Sevier County. And we went and visited those respective career services people,
mm-hmm.
and we found out what their needs were, what jobs they might be looking for, who had to place interns. And then we circled back and did some focus groups with students. So our program has been created by not only people in our community that were leaders of we'll say about 60 people that kind of pin down specific committees
Mm-hmm.
with education, housing, and then also the business community, to envelop and include all of the schools and students. So as they told us what they might be looking for, we listened, and we continually evolved to the point that that's who we are now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are serving as that bridge from the school to the business, and in a way we're a facilitator, but we work very hard at listening to all of these folks because they're all our customers.
Listening is a huge part in any successful program.
Absolutely.
To be able to guide it where it needs to go, you have to have, that forward-thinking vision and use just a little bit of 20/20 rear sight and listen to what people are saying so you can guide that ship where it needs to go. Now, the internship program, as we were discussing earlier when we were off camera, you were telling me that, was it Belmont University would like to see this go elsewhere and this be the pinnacle of internship programs?
Well, we met with a professor who's starting up a new hospitality and tourism class this August at Belmont University in Nashville. And he was very excited about the opportunity of being able to help us with our program. And that's kind of the way that it's been, whether it's been WCU or great support from the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, but down to Chattanooga and over at Carson-Newman and Johnson, all of our regional. And, right here in our home is Walter State
Mm-hmm.
and ETSU that we are so connected with through our students and high school kids that graduate in Sevier County.
It seems like this is a perfect mix between a corporation or I hate to say that the SHIP would be run by a corporation, but it's business people that listen to what the universities needed, because universities have been trying to place people with internships. So they have actually created this program where all of these universities now can have an outlet to bring their students or suggest, maybe you should look here, maybe you should look here. And you guys are doing a wonderful job leading.
Well, a
this movement.
Prototype that we also used was Sevier County has an excellent culinary department
Mm-hmm.
that then
At Walter
folds
State.
over into Walter State also. But
Mhm.
the students coming out of all the schools from high school into the Sevier County program. And that one has just been developed with a lot of honors that they have received and
Mhm.
recognition. And a lot of those students are working summer jobs in Sevier County businesses, gaining an opportunity. And in turn, those restaurants and those companies are very supportive of this, of what they do and how they operate and the way they give these students real life experience. So we've just expanded it bigger beyond that. And as a workforce initiative, we're umbrellaed under Sevier County Economic Development Council.
Very good.
So that's where we get our lead from. And I work hand in hand with Alan Newton, who's the executive director.
He's a great guy. Alan is always helping grow the community in different ways. It's not just here's tourism. I mean, he's constantly looking at every aspect, trying to grow in multifacets so that we aren't just known as a tourism community, but he's feeding people in. Great group of people down there.
An incredible heart for Sevier County.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, a visionary who had this vision years ago and over time finds the way to get the fit and make it work. And then my sidekick, I would say that I work with the most, is Emily Whaley, who is a wonderful lady. And so she kind of heads up the business partners.
Mm-hmm.
And then I work with the education and recruitment and the interns. And we were excited this year to have our very first intern for SHIP. So we have a young man, his name is Luke Fall,
Mm-hmm.
and Luke graduated from the University of Tennessee this spring with a hospitality and tourism management degree. And he interned at Rocky Top Wine Trail this spring. And
Was he going to be a vintner, or was he looking more at the overall business aspect?
Well, like a lot of folks, I think he had different thoughts on the direction that he wanted to go. And so we are giving him an opportunity now, his first time to work in an office and be around three people that all want to be leaders.
There's nothing like walking into that room and saying, wow, there's three alpha males or alphas. I wonder who the alpha is.
Yeah.
It's Barbara. Barbara. She is a gentle giant, but I've always known that when you speak softly, you're speaking volumes.
Well, thanks. I've loved what I have been doing with this program, and it's giving me a good chance to give back to the community. I've had a great career, a great life here. Sevier County is a wonderful place to live. Could not ask for a better place. So I am happy to do this until I can work in that fourth retirement, you know?
And the fourth retirement is biking, hiking, and spending time with your husband and coffee on the porch in the mornings.
Yes, sir.
And still doing a little drone stuff with us, correct?
Yes.
I promise to keep my fingers back this time.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of fun working together over the years. And let me tell you what, the S.H.I.P program is fantastic. Every time that I've been involved with a project with Barbara, I've always been amazed. And I always try to get quiet, which is hard for me. I try to listen to what's going on because there is volumes of information. And if you would like to get a hold of the S.H.I.P program, again, we'll be putting up the QR code on the screen and you can simply click on it. We'll also supply a phone number and that phone goes to, I believe the intern is carrying that now or yourself.
He is, yes. So 865-724-3377. So that will be Luke Fall, and he'll answer that phone. And we are looking for college students looking for an internship, recent graduates from college looking for an internship. And also next summer, we'll be looking for high school students that are looking for an internship.
Wow.
And graduates. So we have those positions for under 18 that are also posted on our website.
I'm just thinking back, looking at my career path. What would have been done if I'd been an intern, you know, and gotten an idea where I wanted to go?
You could have been in marketing.
Yeah, I could have been in marketing. It's funny. That's where I started in college. I went into marketing and then I said, I really don't like this. Then I went into criminal justice and I graduated with a degree and I said, I really don't like this. But I found my way back to marketing because I love helping people, love growing businesses, and I love meeting people like you. And I can't wait to see what the S.H.I.P program brings forward for us. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about?
We just really like to see the program grow. And I do think it's very viable for Sevier County businesses. And, you know, we want our businesses to be able to interview, to be professionally in that category, but also to be able to train 2 to 3 different skills during that internship. They do have to pay market rate wages. So if someone's working in this job and they put the intern in it, then it would be comparable pay. Mm-hmm. We do have them evaluate the interns at the end. And it's a 14-week program that our semester covers. We sometimes allow the businesses to fluctuate a bit based off of what they have going on during that period of time for that respective business. But we do have some criteria for our businesses. And in fact, Emily Whaley has an upcoming new business meeting scheduled for the end of August that we'll be talking with some folks that have approached us and would like to come in as a new business, because you don't just come in and instantaneously become a business. You have to post job descriptions. You have to fall within the cycle. So more than likely a new business that comes in the fall of this year won't be hiring for interns until next spring, summer, and fall, because there are cycles that occur with that. We do have a fee to be a new business and to be one of our business partners. And then we have a fee that they pay for each time they hire a intern.
That helps grow the program.
It does. These are operational expenses that are used to grow it. And now that we have kind of launched and things are off the ground, then there's marketing. to take care of. And
You
of
have to
course,
keep the wheels going on marketing. When
It
you
does.
stop speaking, people stop listening.
well, and our intern just brilliantly set up a LinkedIn site for us the other day that another person that wanted to help us suggested. And so he is playing with that. We've been having some great posts on Facebook. And so we're able to use him for some of those things also. And he's out doing a few little videos and photos of his own. So
That is fantastic. I want to thank you for coming in today to explain a little bit more about SHIP and how people can become involved. That has just been fantastic.
thanks for the opportunity, Rich.
Thank you so much. I love just
Okay.
chatting with you. Thank you so much, Barbara.
Thank you.
And we will see you next week and look forward to you following us. Remember, if you would like to find out more about things that are going on in the Smoky Mountains, make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell, and you can follow all of our programs. Thank you.